October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, which serves to remind us about the many pets in need of a second chance. Now, nobody is more of a believer in this than the star of the show Bulls and Parolees, Tia Torres. Good morning, Tia.
Hi, Alex.
First of all, where are you right now?
At this moment, I am in New Orleans, about 30 feet from our main facility.
And what is the capacity of your rescue center?
I don't know, a lot. I mean, it's sad because we get dogs tied to our gate, thrown in the dumpsters, left in boxes, left in those plastic little totes. We get them every way. We've been back of pickup trucks. It's pretty overwhelming.
That is overwhelming. Now, the point is that the space you have is not enough. You've had to open satellite locations, is that right?
We have little satellite facilities. We have, like for example, for the first time in Villalobos history, we have a lot of little dogs. Like, we don't do Chihuahuas and Pekingese and these poodles, and so we are actually renting a little house to put these little dogs in, so they don't have to be in a kennel environment around all the big dogs. I mean, that's the length we go to create a good environment for our dogs. We have one of my employees at her house, she took in some of the senior dogs so they wouldn't have to, die of old age in a kennel, because no one wants to adopt them. So it's, we've had to get really creative in order to house these dogs.
It sounds like an unbelievable team effort. The focus of the show, Bulls and Parolees, obviously are the pit bulls, and they tend to have a bad reputation. Can you tell us why that is and if it's actually true?
We have been doing this pit bull rescue thing for a million years. My kids have grown up in it. And so I ask people, well, if the breed is bad as a whole, then why haven't my children or myself been bitten? Now, not to say that there aren't bad pit bulls out there, but there's also bad poodles and Chihuahuas and German Shepherds. I mean, there's a bad apple in every genre of dog, every genre of cat, every genre of human. What makes up the situation where a dog is forced to bite somebody, it's several elements. Dogs don't wake up and go, you know what, today I think I'm going to attack somebody. It just doesn't happen. So it's sensationalized.
And so, do you think the show has actually helped change those misconceptions about pit bulls?
I'm very thankful that Animal Planet picked us up for a show and believed in us, because let's face it, Pit Bulls and Parolees it's not exactly Timmy and Lassie, so it's when the show first was coming out, I mean, let's face it, a show called Pit Bulls and Parolees. What is the first thing you think? The buzz was going around. We were going to see dogs chained up and raging, and guys out there beating each other up. And I actually remember when we were filming season 1, and it was somebody in production that was looking at some of the footage and said, "So where are the real pit bulls?" And we were like, "What are you talking about?" Well, all the dogs we're seeing on the footage is like dogs wagging their tails. And I said, "Yeah, that's where they are." And so even here was a member of our crew or an editor in post saying, "Well, nobody's raging." So to be able to change that image through this TV show is golden, and to allow us to tell the real story behind it. We're very fortunate.
Absolutely, and we're talking about second chances. How profound is this organization for the Parolees?
With the guys, with the parolees that come through our program, it was said best, I think, by Earl. He had told me one day that the difference between the parolees and the pit bulls is the parolees, they're here because they messed up and they went to prison, they did something wrong. The dogs, they didn't do anything wrong. They just were unwanted. They were abused, they were neglected, they were tossed out like trash. So with the parolees that come to this program, that being said, we will give you all the tools, all the support you need to do the right thing. I'm not going to baby you, I'm not going to coddle you, I'm not going to hug you and tell you it's going to be all right. You either get with the program and get your act together, or see ya, move over for the next one that needs help. That's kind of how we do it here.
Yeah, that's a powerful thought. Now, how can people at home actually help the animals and get involved with the show?
So right now we are teaming up with the ASPCA and Animal Planet to help promote getting a shelter dog in general, because you know what, there are so many great animal shelters and dog rescues around this country, just like ours, that do just the same amount of great work as we do. They don't just have a TV show, so we want to help promote them. Go to aspca.org/myrescuedog, asking people to submit photos of their rescue dogs, and hopefully we'll be able to get some of those pictures up on this week's episode of Pit Bulls and Parolees to help highlight how great these dogs are.
Tia, that is a wonderful opportunity for anyone who's an animal lover. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us this morning.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for having us.
All right. We'll be right back with more of the Morning Blend.